but I think I have to put him in S tier. Like I hate him, but like at the same time, I'm like, damn, he's pretty smart, you know? How's it going, Fish Fam? Welcome back to a brand new video. If this is your first time checking out the channel, you might be confused. So something I like to do at the end of every arc is do a character tier list video. We are here live on Twitch right now, twitch.tv/SpartnFish. We stream over here anytime we finish an arc, so we can do a character tier list. And I give everyone on the YouTube channel a chance to pick a cosplay for me every time I do one of these arc reviews. So here we are. I even got the pants. The pants are very tight. I'm afraid that if I try and show them any more than that, I'm going to rip them, if I'm being honest with you. Out of everyone that was on the poll, you guys chose Doflamingo. I could have been Ace. I could have been Akainu. Like, granted, I don't like Akainu, but at least he's not like a guy who is in charge of slavery all over the world. But you guys said, yes, we love slavery puppet guys. So I don't know what his... I think it like this or something like that. I don't... Like that, maybe? I don't know. No, that's definitely not it. That's something else entirely. I don't want to sit here yapping a ton. I kind of want to just get straight into it because, you know, every time we do one of these character tier lists, it takes a couple hours, and I want to get through some Blue Lock today as well because I'm very behind. I think I'm going to be reading like 5 chapters of Blue Lock today, and as you guys know, when I do Blue Lock, I go hard in the paint. I go hard in the paint with the voices on Blue Lock, so I got to be ready. I gotta be ready, honestly. And make sure you join the Discord. Come hang out. Subscribe, like on the YouTube, of course. But at the end of the day, best thing you can do to help me out, join the Discord so you don't miss anything. But yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so... okay. Brother. That's criminal. Listen, I know it's alphabetical. I know it's alphabetical. But we are not starting with Ace and Akainu. We're not starting with Ace and Akainu. Obviously, we're not starting with Ace and Akainu because we need to draw out the attention span of this video and make sure people watch the video to the end. So we're not going to be doing Ace and Akainu until the end. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do Ace and Akainu at a random point in the video. So that way you have to watch the whole thing. You can't just skip to the end. I'm going to do Ace. I'm just going to throw Ace and Akainu and some random timestamp in the video. These tier lists are not meant to be like based off of power level, based off of power scaling, anything like that. It's never something like that, right? All this is how I feel about the character. Like how it's just subjective. It's just subjective. It's purely vibes based. So if you want to debate me in the comments, feel free. But it's kind of silly to do that because all of this is purely subjective. But yeah, if you want to debate who your favorite character is in the arc versus my favorite character, feel free. But at the end of the day, let's just get into it. So first off, obviously, like I already said, we're skipping Ace. We're skipping Akainu. We're not doing that shit until way down on the line. Yo, Nitrix, what up, buddy? What up? Yeah, bro, I don't know why people picked Doflamingo. I'm going to be honest with you. I was so surprised. When I put out the poll, I gave people the option of Ace, Akainu, Buggy, or Doflamingo. And they chose Doflamingo. Bro, I don't know why. I was not planning on dressing up like a slave trader. That was never a thing that I planned on doing when I started watching One Piece on YouTube like 2 years ago. But here we are. Here we are. I am guy in charge of slavery. But yeah. We are, for sure, skipping Akainu and Ace to boost retention in this video. Alright? We're boosting the retention. So, we're skipping Akainu and we're skipping Ace until way later into the video. So first off, Aokiji, Aura farmer. He's... I know there could definitely be an argument to put him in S tier. He could definitely go in S tier. Listen, if you do your tier list, you can put him in S tier. But I'm putting him just right there, Aura farmer. That's what he does. He just farms Aura. That's what he does. All right. Yes, he freezes the whole ocean, and he goes toe to toe with pretty much every major character who is in this arc. But at the end of the day, you know what? He just goes right there. Apu. Does he even do anything in Marineford? The only thing he shows up in Marineford and is just watching TV. Yeah, as far as I know, Apu just watches TV in Marineford. So you just go F tier, bro. You just go in F tier. He just goes in F tier. All right, this dude also, like, obviously, you know, Blackbeard pirates do kill Whitebeard, but this guy, like, I feel like he's so unremarkable compared to the other people who pull up in the Blackbeard pirates that he just goes here. Like, he doesn't even deserve to get a fuck this guy. Like, a fuck this guy means, like, it means I emotionally hate you. Like, to be honest with you, spoiler alert, I think Akainu's gonna end up in fuck this guy tier, but don't tell anyone. Don't say anything in the comments, because you know, if they're trying to find Akainu and Ace, I don't want them to know the timestamp for the spoiler. But yeah, I'm probably gonna put Akainu right here. Okay. We're also gonna skip Whitebeard and Blackbeard for now. Gang, he goes at the top of F tier because, once again, he does nothing this whole arc. He watches TV, but he has gang in his name, so he just by default goes above Apu for that reason. We need to, I forgot to implement the most necessary tier of all. Hold on. We'll make it cyan. Yes. We'll make fuck this guy cyan. No, we'll make this yellow. Ooh. This is the most necessary. I've learned after doing multiple of these tier lists that one of the most necessary tiers for me to have is a who tier. Because I, for the life of me, can't remember if this is a person in the Whitebeard Pirates or in the Blackbeard Pirates. So, boop, right there. Right there, buddy. Yeah. Brother just gonna go right there. Beppo, S tier. I don't need to explain why. It should be obvious to everyone involved that he belongs in S tier. Beppo just belongs in S tier. If you ask me why Beppo belongs in S tier, I don't understand how you came to join my community. He's S tier. Boa, also S tier. Not as S tier as Beppo though. Not as S tier as Beppo. She looks out for her man. You know, she cares about her husband, and that's pretty much all she does. She like, Boa Hancock is like if like a modern day Mormon trad wife like just got really good at karate. Like like that's what it is. Who is, bro? I don't know who that is. If I'm being honest with you, like I said, I can't remember if this man is in Blackbeard or Whitebeard Pirates. I have absolutely no recollection of this person existing. So yeah, that's just where he goes. But yeah, Boa, S tier. S tier for sure. S tier. Shanks crew. See? Like, that's how little he did in that moment that I couldn't. I remember who Rue is, and I remember who Yasop is, but I genuinely don't remember seeing that dude on screen. It was. He points the gun at Keezer. That's crazy. He has so little aura that he was probably one of the most important people in that scene, and I just didn't fucking I just didn't notice him. And he's like pointing the gun at Kizaru. He's probably one of the most important people in that scene, and I just had no recollection of his existence at all. Moving on. Who are we on? Bon Clay. Brother, was he only in a flashback? Like, I feel bad putting him in F tier, but like, I don't even remember him being in this arc outside of being in like the flashback, right? Like, it was just flashbacks to him sacrificing himself at Impel Down. Listen, for all of the people who hated on me for where I put Bon Clay in the previous Impel Down tier list, listen, he is going here because he did not show up in the arc. He is going down there because he is only in the flat. He's going right there. All right. And then you're going to be like, oh, but Gang and Apu, they were in Marineford. Gang and Apu were on screen. All right. They were on screen. Okay. Beckman, whose name I didn't remember, name was told to me by chat 6 seconds ago. At least he was there. All right. At least he was there. I don't even know why he's on this tier list. That's crazy. I look up these tier list templates and I don't like pre-check them usually because I just want to give all of my thoughts as I'm thinking about it. But I don't even know why he's on this tier list. Rage bait, bro. I think people genuinely felt I was lying when I did my where I put Bon Clay on the tier list last time. But that's just how I felt, bro. Bonnie. She also wasn't in Marineford, but she's pretty bad though. Now you may be thinking, you know, why does she get to go above the other ones? And if you have to, it's the same as Beppo. If you have to ask, brother, why are you here? How did you get here? That's all. All right. Anyways, who are we on? Brooke. Well, Brooke does become Satan, so that's pretty cool. And you know what? Brooke goes right here, actually. Brooke goes right here. He basically just aura farms all of Marineford. That's all he does. He just posts up. He's like, yes, I am Satan. You may now worship me. You can. Yes, I'm Satan. I'm a pretty big deal. So I think he belongs in certified aura farmer tier. Buggy. This is actually tough because Buggy, he contributes a lot, but it just doesn't seem like it on the surface. Buggy is now listen. I know I'm putting him above Aokiji, and that's gonna piss some people off, but listen. By definition, Buggy is the biggest aura farmer in all of Marineford. Like, everyone else relies strictly on their powers and abilities, right? Buggy just relies on pure charisma. You thought like I was bad talking about Bonnie? Bro, look at how Buggy cons that crew. He gets all those dudes to just follow him blindly for... I don't get it. I don't get how it happened, but Buggy is like the biggest aura farmer in the whole of Marineford. Becomes like, he's the world's biggest IRL Twitch streamer. That's what he is. And listen, I already filmed the Marineford arc review, and that's pretty much what I say in that video. So hopefully nobody watches both of those videos and they don't notice that I just made the same joke twice. Does Kami show up? Kami is just watching Wait, is Kami even in? No, Kami is in Sabati, but they wouldn't even be watching TV because Kami would get, bought and sold into slavery by ya boy. I don't know if I can show nips on Twitch or YouTube, so by ya boy. So I'm pretty sure Kami doesn't even show up. So she goes right there. Yeah, Kami just goes right there. Blackbeard's crew, the girl. I think her power is just shooting Whitebeard also. I don't remember her doing anything other than being one of the people who shoots at Whitebeard. But she is a girl. But she's not bad like Bonnie. You know what? For female empowerment, I'm going to put her above Apu. Purely for the purposes of female empowerment, I will put her above Apu. Okay? Everyone happy with that? All right, good. Moving on. Oh. Bro, don't even have to think about that. Not a second thought. Brother. Bink! Right there. That's where he belongs. Yes, sir. Right there. Chopper, I'm going to be honest. Chopper's island that he's on during Marineford, like with how little information there is about it during Marineford, it's my least favorite of the like crew plot lines where they're like trapped on their own individual islands. It's my least favorite of like the crew island storylines. But I have finished the pre-war arc, and Chopper coming back with a mask. It's peak. It's peak. Now, a lot of you are probably pissed because I didn't like it when it happened with Sogeking, but it was just cooler when Chopper... I don't know what to tell you. It was better when Chopper did it. Chopper was funnier. Chopper tried to do the same thing. He did it for 5 minutes, and then he was like, this is so fucking stupid. Why am I doing this? I look ridiculous. Everybody knows it's me. Everybody clearly knows it's me. They're just patronizing me. I'm taking off this mask. But, you know, I like the attempt. I like the attempt. Kobe, S tier. S tier. S tier. I spend a lot of time talking about why I like Kobe so much in Marineford. S tier. S tier. Wait, is this... This has to be Marineford and post-war arc. This has to be Marineford and post-war arc. Because Dodon and Duval are here. So this has to be Marineford and post-war arc. I mean, good thing I finished watching the post-war arc today. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Yeah. Who is this? Who is this? Is this Mr. 3? Is this just Mr. 3's body? The hell? What the hell? That's just Mr. 3's body, I think. Okay, well this has to be, yeah, because it has Sabo's brother. Whatever the fuck his name is. Stinky or something, I think. Okay, well, you know what? Good thing I finished watching the post-war arc today. You know what? Fuck it. We're doing the Marineford / post-war arc character tier list today. I've changed my mind. We're doing both. We're doing both in one video. Which means we're not doing a character tier list for the arc review, I suppose, or for the post-war arc, I guess. Instead, I will just be doing the one tier list I plan to do, which will be the pre-time skip arc tier list. We'll be doing a tier list for every arc pre-time skip. All right? Mark your gosh darn calendars, okay? Because that is coming. All right? I'll probably put out a poll pretty soon. And actually, no, I'm not even going to put out a poll because I already know I want to bring back a Sanji cosplay. I feel like I didn't get to do a good enough Sanji cosplay for Skypiea, so I want to do another Sanji cosplay, and I want to make it Skypiea Sanji, and I want to like really dial that one in so I can bring it to cons this year. All right? Or not this, 2020. Well, No, by the time this comes out, it's not 2026. For 2026, I'm rambling so much. The finding out that this was the post-war arc and the Marineford both put together, it threw me for a loop. But either way, I think so far all of my rankings still make sense. Yeah, because Bonnie does actually show up on screen during the post-war arc more than these guys do. Kami fucking barely. She's just hanging out with Shaki, right? Anyways, Crocodile. Or a farmer. Do I put him above Aokiji though? No, I don't think so. Because Aokiji even he even got a promotion, bro. Aokiji even got a promotion for just aura farming so hard. So I think we'll keep Crocodile there. I did like where they left off with Crocodile, where it's just him and Daz Bones, and he's like, so you trying to go back to the new world? Maybe we get a new crew together. We start fucking shit up. Like I like the way they left off with Crocodile. Dadan. This is actually kind of a tough one for me. I'm trying to figure out how many people I'm going to allow myself to put into the top G. Because normally, like, it ends up being 2. Just because I have to put 2 people in there. There's no way I can't put 2 people in there. But I don't know. Because Dadan is really straddling the line of being a top G. Dadan is very close to being what I would consider a top G. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm gonna put Dadan top of S tier for now. Top of S tier above Kobe for now. I'm gonna leave her there for now. I'm gonna think about it. And I might bump her up later. Depending on how things go. This guy, he's drunk. That's pretty cool. I like that he's always sauced out of his fucking mind. Doflamingo, fuck this guy. To be fair, I do really, really like when he kills Gecko Moria. I really like when he kills Gecko Moria. Bro, people are gonna be so mad because there's like the last like 3 episodes. So like 2 videos prior, I was watching that, and then they were like, Perona got the newspaper and found out that Gecko Moria was dead. And I forgot that the scene with Doflamingo and Gecko Moria happened. And when she read that in the newspaper, I was like, when did that happen? I was so fucking confused that happened. Get that shit out of here. I was so fucking confused that they said Gecko Moria was dead. Like, it just made absolutely no sense to me. Because, like, I didn't know. For whatever reason, I just blocked that scene out of my brain with Doflamingo and Gecko Moria. And then I was just like, when did that happen? And so I already know when that video comes out, like in 2 months from now, I'm just going to get flamed in the comments. I'm going to get flamed in the comments because of that one fucking scene that I forgot. I'm not looking forward to it. Because the next episode, they literally flash back to it, and I was like, fuck. Damn it. I just spent 5 minutes talking about how they off-screened Gecko Moria. Yeah. Anyways, I'll deal with the consequences of my actions, I suppose. You know, see, it's hard to remember everything, but I'm watching it at a much quicker pace than people originally watched it. So I feel bad when I forget things, because some people would be like, it'd be like weeks in between these things happening. And then for me, it's like 2 days, and I'm like, ah, shit, how did I forget? But anyways, X-Drake. X-Drake is kind of just he's just kind of an aura farmer, bro. He just turns into I can't remember who they were fighting against. Oh yeah, it was people from Kaido, right? It was like people who are like under Kaido, and they were like, if you kill me, Kaido's gonna be pissed, and he's like, okay, bet, I'm gonna kill you then, and just changes into a T-Rex. I'm like, hell yeah, that's sick as hell. All right. Duval, once again, he was involved in the trades, if you know what I mean. So he's by default not a good guy, but he is trying to redeem himself. Used to be in the mafia, then started slave trading, and then, you know, now he's trying to redeem himself a little bit by protecting the Straw Hats ship. So I appreciate him looking out for the Thousand Sunny. So for that reason, mid. He goes mid. Frankie, I'm trying to think if I liked his island more than I liked Chopper's. Yeah, I did, but he doesn't go above Bonnie. He does not go above Bonnie. That's for damn sure. Garp, this, yeah, Garp is probably going to be one of my most like controversial placements. I know there's probably a lot of people who disagree with that, but bro, I talked about this so much during Marineford and so much during the arc review video. He might be one of like my favorite characters in One Piece as far as like how his character is written. Like how they've done everything tying him to like Luffy and Ace's backstory and everything like that. It's he's one of my favorite written characters for sure. I don't super agree with everything that he does, but you know, that doesn't, it's not like a prerequisite to making him like a good character. So normally for the people who, oh wait, no, her first. She doesn't support Boa and Luffy's love, so she goes in F tier. If she supported Luffy and Boa's love, she'd go higher up, but you know, it is what it is. So normally for people who are like not in the arc, really, they'd go down here. Bro really only shows up in Impelled Down, but he is such a shit that I'll just put him here. Yeah, only Boa. Exactly. Yeah, because Luffy is not very I don't know, man. Luffy might be, he's definitely got a touch of the tiz, you know what I'm saying? Like Luffy has a touch of the tiz for sure, just a little bit. He's quirked up. He's quirked up for sure. I don't know. He might be asexual. He might be gay. In my headcanon, Luffy's gay. I've been saying this since Sabaody. In my headcanon, Luffy's gay. I don't think he actually is, but in my headcanon, I choose to believe he is. Hachi, his love is meat. Pause. My brother in Christ. Hachi, he doesn't do anything this arc either. He can go right there. Yeah, he can go right there. Actually, I'm gonna, I never usually like adjust people in that tier, but you know, we'll put Bonkley at the top. Basil Hawkins, bro, his devil fruit ability, I mean, I still don't know if it's actually a devil fruit ability. I just assume it is, but his is so fucking cool. I can't wait to see the live action Basil Hawkins, and it's just Scarecrow from Batman. It's just Scarecrow from Batman. Yeah. Yeah. I think my boy Basil, if you will. He's just gonna go right there. Helmeppo, you don't do shit, little buddy. You don't do a gosh dang old thing. You don't do a gosh darn thing, brother. Nothing. All you do is try and talk Kobe out of doing the things that he's doing. You don't do anything. Heracles, does he even really... I'm trying to think. What does Heracles do? I mean, he keeps Usopp alive, which already in my book, you know, knocks him down a few pegs. It's just a joke. Stay calm. It's just a joke. Usopp fans, it's just a joke. Stay calm. I know how you guys get. Please try to contain yourselves. He doesn't deserve an F tier. He doesn't deserve an F tier. I'll just put him down there. I'll just put him bottom of mid. He doesn't deserve an F tier. He doesn't deserve an F tier. Just because he has to be associated with Usopp, that's not his fault. That's Kuma's fault, you know? Usopp fans, it's just a joke. Stay calm. It's just... No, it's the sand. Yeah, it's just a joke. Stay calm. Stay calm. Inazuma... Inazuma, like, he doesn't do a lot. But whenever Inazuma is on screen, they're helping out a lot. You know what I mean? Like, they're one of the most helpful people in the arc in turn. Like, without Inazuma, Luffy would have never gotten to Ace. Like, let's just say it how it is. I mean, he could have maybe, but without Inazuma definitely made it easier. But that's really the only thing he did. I'm trying to, because once again, this isn't about power levels. This isn't really about like what they contribute. This is about pure vibes. I think it's just mid. I think, you know, I'm putting Inazuma above Bonnie. All right. So that means a lot. That means something for sure. That means something. Yvonne. I mean, Yvonne's definitely out there just trying to farm aura for sure. Goes toe-to-toe with Mihawk. Goes toe-to-toe with Aokiji. Hee-haw! Yeah, okay. You sold me. I was considering lowering Yvonne to Aura Farmer, then you reminded me what laugh they have. So yeah. S tier, just pure based on laugh. Yvonne, you can thank Nitrix for your placement in S tier. All right. Yes, the member of Blackbeard's crew from Mucha Lucha. You gotta go in mid. You gotta go above Drunk Guy. Yeah, you gotta go right there. Yeah, you gotta go right there. Jimbei. I'm gonna put Jimbei right here. No, I'm gonna put Jimbei right there. Yeah, we're gonna put Jimbei right there. Above Kobe, above Boa, even above Beppo, my king. Listen. He sacrifices his title as a warlord because he wants to do what he thinks is the best thing for his people. Bro gets locked up just to stand on principles. And then joins the fight in Marineford, basically puts hands on every vice admiral. Yeah, he's sick, dude. Anytime someone's like trying to shoot cannons at the ships or anything like that, he's just like, nope, I'll just fling some water in the way. Like, yeah. Jimbei's definitely up there. He's definitely up there. Jozu, again, another dude who just manages to go toe-to-toe with Mihawk. Did he also fight Aokiji? Or was it Aokiji or Kizaru? I know he fights one more, but I know he definitely fights Mihawk. I think he's not S tier. He's definitely an aura farmer, though. He's definitely an aura farmer. Okay. This is going to be controversial, I think, but I like Kid a lot more than I like Law. I think that's probably controversial, but I like Kid a lot more than I like Law. And I know that's weird because he's like, generally all of the people that I don't know. It's hard to put into words, but he's like the only one other than Blackbeard, I guess. But he, in my opinion, is the only one that's like a pirate. You know what I mean? Like he's just a pirate. He's about the pirate life. He's like, yeah, actually, we're gonna go to this island. We're gonna fucking kill everyone. We're gonna take all their shit, and we're just gonna generally fuck shit up. like Kid is he's just a pirate. He just does pirate shit. That's all he's about. I kind of want to put him above Buggy, but that feels like disingenuous, you know what I mean? Because like Buggy was in there the whole time. He's definitely not S tier because he only has like the one scene in the post-war arc, but he's a certified aura farmer for sure. Yeah, exactly. He's how an actual pirate would be. He's just like yeah, he's just an actual pirate. Killer, I mean, it's the same, like he's there with Kid, but I feel like I don't really see Killer do a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I never really see Killer popping off. At least not during these arcs. I'm trying to give him some credit because he's there with Captain Kid in every damn scene, but I don't really see him doing anything. I'm gonna just put him right here. Put him right there. He doesn't really do anything. Kizaru, he's a fucking aura farmer, brother. He's just in there to be a fucking menace to everyone. Like, he does not care. At least to me, it feels like he doesn't actually care about the outcome of any of these situations. Like, he's just there to kind of be a nuisance to everyone involved. Like, he's just there to be fucking annoying and in the way. Kuma, I'm not skipping Kuma to boost the retention. I'm skipping Kuma because I don't know where to put him. Because if it was Marineford, his placement would be way different than his placement during the post-war arc. Like, I genuinely have no fucking clue where to put Kuma now. I don't know what to do with him, so I'm gonna skip him for now. And I know everyone just got Kuma's backstory like a month ago, so I got what, like 4 more years of watching One Piece, and then I will eventually know like what the fuck is going on with Kuma right now. As of like last week, I'm 4 years away from watching an episode where I get to actually discover why Kuma did the things I saw him do last week. This guy's kind of just a freak. You can just go right there. He's just kind of a freaky guy. He's just kind of a freaky guy. Welcome to One Piece. Hey, inshallah, I will find out what Kuma does. Law, I mean, he saves Luffy. Like, it feels wrong to put him in mid. But I just can't justify putting him in either of these tiers. You know what I mean? I just can't justify putting him in either of these tiers. It feels incorrect. In the past, I have implemented a tier specifically for characters like this who do something. And that's what the tier is called. And I'm considering implementing the does something tier, which puts him just above mid. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to implement the does something tier for the first time in, I think, 3 arcs. I don't think we've had a does something tier in a minute. We will make it dark purple. No, that changed mid. Mid can stay yellow. Yeah, and then we'll make this one blue. Yeah, hell yeah. Does something. All right. Does something is a tier specifically for people like Law and like Inazuma. They're not mid, and they're not really fucking cool. They're not mid, but they're not really fucking cool. But they contributed in a meaningful way to the story, in a way that boosts their stock in my books. So I'm going to put them in the does something tier. Now, you may have noticed that my tier list does not look like regular tier lists. That's correct. I don't know what to tell you. This tier list makes more sense to me. Lucky Roo? He just goes in mid. He just goes in mid. At least I remembered his name, unlike Beckman. So he goes in mid instead of in who? Luffy. I'm not gonna lie. Luffy takes a lot of L's in these 2 arcs. That's primarily what Luffy does, is just take L's. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? All Luffy does is get his ass kicked. I mean, other than, you know what he does to NPC Marines. The NPC Marines get their shit rocked by Luffy, but he pretty much loses every major fight he has. And then at the end, he gets saved by Ace, and that's the only reason he doesn't get washed by Akainu. I don't know, man. I don't know where to put Luffy. I don't know where to put Luffy. This feels like I'm just retention baiting at this point, but I genuinely don't know where to put any of the... Well, listen, to be honest with you, I know where I'm going to put Ace, and I know where I'm going to put Akainu and Whitebeard and Blackbeard. I'm lying to you for the purposes of retention and making sure this video does well. But for Luffy and Kuma, I don't know where to put them. So... I'm gonna wait. I have to see where I put everyone else first. I just have to see where I put everyone else first. Fuck this guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy for shitting his pants. That's not the only reason, but, you know, fuck him. Where am I gonna put you? I know it doesn't make sense, but in my head, it's the only place to put her. I don't know. I don't know why, but in my head, that's just where she goes. Listen, there's a lot of people on the tier list, okay? That's just where she goes. Marco. She goes right there. Yeah, Makino aura farms, bro. When she's teaching Ace manners, that's aura farming, actually. That's actually her just aura farming. Margaret. Moving on. She just, oh no, I accidentally put Margaret there and I can't move her now. Oh no. This big gal. She can go right there. She doesn't really do anything. Actually, she might go in who, because she doesn't do anything. Yeah, she just goes in who. She doesn't do anything. This whole arc. She's barely even on screen. Mihawk. I mean, I did just watch him agreeing to train Zoro, leaving off on him being like, yeah, you see that badass leader of the baboons? Yeah, he's copying me. Yeah, he's copying me. You know, that's why he's so fucking cool. He's just copying me. But I don't think he does like a lot. You know what I mean? I don't think he really does a lot. So I'm just gonna put him Aura Farmer. I'm pretty sure he's just aura farming this whole arc, pretty much. He's just an aura farmer. This guy, he didn't do shit. He didn't do shit. He goes below killer. Yeah, he goes below killer. He didn't do shit. Gecko Moria, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck Gecko Moria. He's aura farming all exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even remember Gecko Moria died. So I might as well put him in who. I completely forgot he died. Mr. 3, S tier. Right there. Mr. 3 is definitely S tier, bro. He saves Ace. Without Mr. 3, Ace would still be in handcuffs when he died. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Without Mr. 3, Ace is never escaping. So he's just S tier. Daz Bones, I've said this since the first time he was on a character tier list back in Alabasta. He goes in S tier because he has the coolest name out of any character in the show. By default, he goes in S tier. I don't want to hear it. Does he go above Beppo though? Hold on, let's try it out. Beppo. Daz Bones. Beppo. Daz Bones. Yeah, he goes above Beppo. Okay. So I had to see how the names really, you know, felt. You know what I mean? Nami, bro. Nami, her island, like, might be my favorite. Her island might be my favorite. No, it's not. I just saw Robin. Never mind. Her island's not my favorite. But she doesn't really do anything. But she definitely goes above Bonnie. I just love watching Nami sit there and con old men. Anytime she's on screen, she's just conning old men. So that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. Ooh. Ors Jr. He's a certified aura farmer for sure. He's a certified aura farmer. Bro was willing to die because Ace gave him a rain hat. And he just stood on business. But I wouldn't put him above anyone else though. I wouldn't put him above any of the other people there. Perona, listen, I know people like Perona. I know there are some Perona simps out there in the world. I'm not one of them. It's the voice. It's the voice for me. Normally would, but it's just the voice. It's just the voice. But I don't think she belongs in F tier. I don't think she belongs in F tier. She's she does save Zoro from... Definitely saves Zoro from dying. She's definitely not above Killer, though. Yeah. Right brother, he came up with the plan for breaking into Marineford. I'm assuming he did, because there's no way fucking Luffy put that shit together on his head. He's training Luffy. He demonstrates all the different types of the giant elephant, 5 times the size of a normal elephant, by the way. And he's just like, here, we're gonna use this as a practice dummy. Watch how I just bob, weave, punch the elephant, and then I'm just going to mean mug him. And you see how he faints when I do that? Yeah, like it's disgusting, but he's not S tier. He is certainly not top G. He is certainly not. Now you're being ridiculous. It is crazy that he swims through the comm belt. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I can't in good conscience put him in top G. Like, let me give you some stipulations as far as like who's been in top G in the past. People who have been in top G in the past include Sanji and Skypiea, the Going Merry in fucking Water 7, or Ennie's Lobby, I guess we would say. So those are like the typically who ends up in top G. But I think he does go in S. I think he does go in S. And I think he goes under Jinbei though. I think he goes under Jinbei. Robin? Okay, Robin. The island Robin goes on might be my favorite of those storylines. Actually, no. It's probably Sanji's, but that's probably just because I like Sanji so much. Like, dude, Sanji's training arc, like the way they set it up, is probably my favorite out of all of the training arcs, because he's just like, yeah, we're going to torture you unless you beat our ass and steal these recipes. I'm like, bro, this is the perfect island for Sanji. This is great. This is the exact place he needs to be for him to develop as a person, for him to get better at karate, for him to become a better chef. Like, it's literally everything Sanji needed for a training arc. And Robin's is just like, it's perfect for her because it's like just political turmoil. You know what I mean? Like, that's all it is. And I love the fact that we're just leaving off with Robin probably gonna go hang out with Dragon. And I'm assuming with how they kind of talked about it when we were still in the flashback piece, that I'm assuming Robin is also going to meet Sabo. I'm like 99.99999% sure that Sabo is with Dragon at this point. You know, I'm pretty sure Sabo is with Dragon, so I'm assuming Robin is also going to meet Sabo during the training arc. But I just don't know where to put Robin, honestly, because like, I think I want to put her in Does Something, because she's definitely not mid, but she's like, actually, Robin might be the only person from the crew that might actually go in S. Might actually go in S. She does free an entire prison labor camp, but she had a lot of help. You know what? She just goes and does something. She's not mid. Her training, not training island, but like the island she got sent to by Kuma is probably like my favorite of those storylines. So I think I'm just going to leave her there. Sabo, obviously, he goes in S tier because he's voiced by Naruto. Yeah, Sabo, voiced by Naruto. What else? He's a rich boy that is choosing to give up all of that in order to like fight against the system that he was born into with basically all of the success in the, like, Sabo should be in theory set for life, and he's just choosing not to be because he's like, this whole system is fucked up. I'm not doing this. So, and he's like a small child when he comes to that realization. He comes to the conclusion that the world government and the nobles and that whole system is all fucked up at the age of like 10, right? Well, no, because he ran away when he was like 8. So at like the age of 8, he's already come to that conclusion. And we still got people who are, you know, Kobe doesn't really come to that conclusion until he's in the war and he's still, you know, part of the Marines. But yeah. So Sabo, S tier for me. S tier for me for sure. This guy, he is the only person from Blackbeard's crew other than Shiryu that actually has some sort of defining characteristic, and his defining characteristic is just being big as fuck. He just goes bottom of mid. He just goes bottom of mid. You, much like your sister, do nothing this arc, except for get in the way of Luffy and Boa's love and children and their future happy marriage and relationship with each other. So I can't in good conscience put you anywhere else. Sanji, as you all know, is my favorite Straw Hat. But like nobody does, like, listen, none of the Straw Hats really do anything. But like I said, his whole setup for his training arc was my favorite, but he doesn't really do anything. You know what I mean? He does, since he is in California for 5 minutes, he eats some avocado toast and he is forcibly transed. He is hit with a trans gun, which happens if you go to California. It's true. That's what happened to me. That's why I'm wearing a blonde wig and this pink jacket. It's because, you know, I moved to California, and so I was forcibly transed, as, you know, is tradition. Happens every time. That's just how they get you. But that's pretty much the only thing he does. And so, despite the fact that he doesn't really, despite the fact that he's like my favorite of the Straw Hats, I think I have to put him in mid. You know? No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you. He's going up there. He's going right there. He's going right there. Yeah, I was embracing Doflamingo. I felt like he would have also lied. So yeah, I put him up there. I was embracing my Doflamingo by lying. Sengoku. I do fucking hate Sengoku. I do fucking hate him, but I have to respect him, you know? Like, I feel like he doesn't go and fuck this guy is reserved for people who I loathe and detest beyond belief. Like, Sengoku, at a certain, like, he thinks what he's doing is correct because he thinks it's going to help people, you know? He thinks he's going to be protecting people to some degree. So he, in his mind, he's doing the right thing. Doflamingo, he knows he's fucked up. He knows what he's doing is wrong. Gecko Moria, he knows what the fuck he's doing is wrong. This guy is doing thing like, I don't need to explain why they're in that tier, but I feel like Sengoku doesn't belong down there. But I would just hate to put him in S tier, man. But I don't know. I think I might have to. Because at the end of the day, like, he is the one who was like, yeah, all right, Marines, we agree to stop fighting. Let's stop fighting now. Let's stop fighting. I don't know, man. He's a hard one to put down because, like, he's kind of a little bit of an aura farmer. He's just kind of standing there the whole time, but I think I have to put him in S tier. Like, I fucking hate him, but like at the same time, I'm like, damn, he's pretty smart, you know? Yeah, I don't want to put him in S tier, but his name starts with S, so we'll go ahead and put him in S tier. This fucking guy, dude, I know he has hockey, but I don't even remember. Is it Sentomaru? I think it's Sentomaru. You know, because I remembered your name, you can go in mid. If I wasn't able to remember his name, I swear to you, I would have put him in all the way down here. All the way down here. But I just barely remembered his name. Where to put Shaki? Surely she should go in F tier since she was barely on screen and didn't do anything the whole arc, right? Surely she should go in F tier since she didn't do anything. Oh no! I accidentally put her in S tier next to Margaret. Ah, shit! I can't move her now. Rats. Shanks, S tier. Obviously. He does not go in top G. He does not go in top G. He as much as I would love to put Shanks in top G, because as I've said since the minute the character was introduced, just purely based off vibes alone, he's one of my favorite characters. I know so little about him. I haven't seen him do anything, but anytime he pulls up, I just love, bro. I can't explain to you why I like this character so much. I don't think anyone who likes this character has any idea why they like this character. I can't bring myself to put him in Aura Farmer, but I can't bring myself to put him any higher than this. Actually, I'll put him there. He does, listen, he does end the whole war by himself. Like, he pulls up. Like, at that point, the Marines were still ready to fight. Like, they were still ready to kill everyone, right? They were like, okay, let's do this. We're gonna, you know, we're just gonna chase these pirates. We're gonna murder them all. And then Shanks pulls up and they're like, let him go. Fuck it, let him go. We're not chasing the... Shanks is here. The Red Hair Pirates are here. Let him go. So yeah, he's S tier. He's S tier for sure. Shiryu... I think he just goes in fuck this guy tier. Like, he's such a horrific piece of shit that even the world government is like, hey bro, you're torturing people too much. You're doing way too much torture. We gotta put you in prison. You're doing way too much torture. Okay, as one of my favorite Marines, he does go in S tier. I think I will... Right there. Smoker's gonna go right there. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. This guy... Fuck this guy. Fuck this little fucking dude. I know this is like a 7-year-old, but fuck this little doofus. Fuck this little doofus. Tashigi, do you even do anything in this arc, Tashigi? I don't think you do. But you can go right there still. You can go right there still. This old lady is an aura farmer. Like, I still don't understand. I know she has a devil fruit ability because she turned those two fucking guys into laundry. She literally washed them, rinsed them, soaped them up, hung them out to dry. Like, I don't know what the fuck her ability is, but I know she's a stone cold killer. I know back in the day she was a stone cold killer, and now she just stands there and looks like a goddamn menacing demon, just observing the battlefield like, yes, look at this, yes. Like, she's just a menace. You know she was a menace. Okay. Rogue, you don't do anything, bro. You don't do a damn thing. Yeah, you don't do a damn thing. You go, who? Yeah. Usopp. I know this is going to feel really disrespectful to a lot of you, considering where I put Heracles. But all Usopp does the whole arc is get fat. That's it. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, he does it to himself. Listen, I don't make him have a low placement on the tier list out of spite. He does it to himself. Sharpshooter guy. He can also just go in F tier because his whole thing is that he shoots guns, right? That's his whole thing, is that he's the gun guy. But when they're killing Whitebeard, everybody is the gun. There's like 2 guys with swords and everyone else is shooting him. So like, it's like, what's the point of you even being there, bro? You can just go down there. Like, why are you even here? This guy is just like a little, I don't know. He just goes down here. Like, I don't know what the fuck is this guy's deal, but he just goes down here. Like, I know he doesn't really do anything that different from the rest of the Whitebeard pirates, but he just goes down here. Yeah, I can't, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like everyone gets it, you know? Vista, S tier. Bro goes toe-to-toe with Mihawk. What are we talking about? And I know it's crazy because I'm putting him above Mihawk just for going toe-to-toe with Mihawk, but it's... Listen, Mihawk can't get by on just aura farming alone. I'm gonna put him right there. Yeah, we're gonna put Vista right there. Okay. Where were we? Yasop. He can just go right next to Lucky Roo. I'm gonna put him above Lucky Roo. Actually, no, I'm gonna put him below Lucky Roo since he's Usopp's dad. Usopp fans, it's just a joke. Stay calm. Stay calm. Stay calm, Usopp fans. It's just a joke. Stay calm. Zoro. He does beat the baboons. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna put him in does something. You know what I mean? Because he pretty much just spends his whole time getting his ass whooped. You know? Alright, now it's the moment y'all have all been waiting for. First off, Luffy. I don't even know if it makes sense to put him in Aura Farmer, you know? I'm gonna put him bottom of S. I'm putting him bottom of S. Listen, it's purely subjective. He just kind of spends the whole arc getting his ass beat, you know what I mean? So yeah, he's just going right there. He's just going right there for now. Blackbeard. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. I still haven't decided in my brain whether or not being at the top of fuck this guy or at the bottom of fuck this guy is worse. And I've been doing that on my tier lists for a year at this point, and I still don't know. I still don't know, but it just feels, it makes sense to put him there. Speaking of which, Kuma, I haven't figured out where to put you. You know what? Honestly, Kuma might go here. Kuma might go here. Yeah. Because I genuinely don't know what to do about him. Like, obviously, he is a complete fucking menace. He is a cyborg demon man. Who can take on anyone and just completely obliterate them at a whim. But he also purposefully sent the Straw Hat crew to the places where they could go to improve the most. He made sure he didn't kill any of them. He told Rayleigh where to find Luffy. He is still somehow working undercover for Drag. I don't know how he's working undercover at this point, now that he has, according to everyone else, lost his humanity and is essentially no longer a person. Well, even according to Kuma himself, because like that was one of the things he said. He was like, yeah, the next time we meet, you know, this is going to be the last time we meet, something like that, right? Yeah. So like I just genuinely, I'm at a loss for where, like, I don't know where to put Kuma. He does something. You say what you want about Kuma, but he definitely does something. Whitebeard. Top G. Top fucking G. Top fucking G. Let me see if I have the where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Who? I think it was on Juju who sent me this earlier today. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Look at that. Look, bro. This scene lives in my head rent-free, brother. Shout out on Juju. Yo, if you're in the Discord or you're in the YouTube, you know who this is. He's the GOAT. He's always there. He's always there. One of the homies for real. Ah, that panel lives in my head, brother. So sick. So sick. And he just puts hands on Blackbeard because he's like, yeah, bro, I could kill you whenever I want. I could kill you whenever I want. Dude, yeah, Whitebeard a definite top G. Akainu, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy, bro. Fuck Akainu. All my homies hate Akainu. Wait, know what I'm just now realizing? Squard isn't on this tier list. Yeah, I'm looking. Squard isn't on this tier list. Squard would probably go on fuck this guy or F tier, if I'm being honest with you. I just now noticed that he's not on this tier list. That's crazy. Squard made the cut, but not Heracles. Or Squard didn't make the cut, but Heracles did. That's crazy. Squard would probably go and fuck this guy or F tier, just to be clear. Listen, I know I don't normally put this many people in the top G tier, but I would be lying if I said anything else than like putting them in there. I would be straight up lying to you by not putting them in the top G. Like, it would just be a lie on my part. Hey, good timing. Good timing. Ace is literally, like, I don't think I've ever related to characters more than I have to the characters in One Piece. I mean, maybe there's someone I'm like forgetting, but Ace and Sanji are two of the characters like in media that I can think of that I've related to the most. Like the mental health struggles that Ace went through as like a kid, and then finally like coming to the realizations he did when he's like essentially on his deathbed or like with his dying breath. He's just like, I understand now, like, why all of these people were willing to sacrifice themselves for me. Now I get it. Like, after everything I've gone through, after like begging all of my friends to just leave me behind and let me die, now that like I was put in the same situation for Luffy, like I fully understand why everyone did what they did. Yeah, I don't know, man. Ace and Sanji, like, in particular, but specifically for this arc, Ace, obviously. But yeah, that's the tier list. That's the tier list. That's the character review for Marineford, and apparently the post-war review also, post-war arc character tier list. So there's not going to be a post-war arc character tier list because I just did it. But there will be a pre-time skip arc tier list coming soon. Not coming soon. I'm going to be recording it soon, but you guys aren't going to be watching it soon unless you join the Discord. Because if you join the Discord, you get notified whenever I go live on Twitch. You get notified whenever I post a new YouTube video. So join the Discord so that way you don't miss that stream, okay? Yeah. But I think that's going to be it for the character tier list. I will yeah, I'll see you guys in 2 years. Peace. Hey, if you like this video, then YouTube says that you'll probably like this video that's on the screen right now. So you can go ahead and hit that video. Look, go ahead. This is one right here.